Hello folks, how are we all doing? Good evening, welcome back to Premier League Dad. We are live for tonight, a big League One playoff semi-final, second leg, Valley Parade, the Bantams, Graham Alexander's Bantams, Bradford City against Schumacher's Trotters, Bolton. Bolton 1-0 up from the first leg, and the winner faces Stockport at Wembley in the first playoff final, I guess, that we're, well, maybe not the first, but you know what I mean. A playoff final where we are sure is taking place now. Given that the Southampton and Hull one may not be taking place. We have no idea what's going on with that one. But we know for sure that if Bolton, whoever wins tonight, Bolton, Bradford, whoever it may be, go through, they're going to be facing Stockport at Wembley. We know that to be a fact. We don't necessarily know whether Southampton and Hull are going to be playing each other, when they'll be playing each other, if they'll be playing each other. If Hull goes straight up, the Hull play Middlesbrough, we've no idea what's going on in that one. It's a total mess. But how is everyone doing? How are you all doing? How are you all feeling tonight? Let me know your thoughts. What your day's been like. What are you thinking about the latest news with your club, whoever it might be? What news have we had in the last sort of 20? It feels like everything's been heavily focused on Spygate. Oh, and Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola's Manchester City departure announcement video. Apparently it's to do with Bernardo Silva leaving. But there was pictures of Bernardo Silva, a video of Bernardo Silva filming basically all of the trophies that City have won during his time at the club. All of the trophies were on the pitch and he was walking around all the trophies. And it looked like it might be a farewell video. So there's talk about that as well. But yeah, let me know what we're saying. How are we all doing in the chat? Oxford fan, great to see you, mate. Jellyfish says, come on, Bolton, do it for Peter Kay. City of Northfield, great to see you, mate. I don't follow League One, but I hope it's a good tie. It will be. I think it'll be a really good one. I've gone for both teams to score in this one. Should be a good watch. Some really, really talented players as well on show. Some really, really talented players. So, some players who I don't think will look out of place in the Championship next year. Some young players who've got bright futures as well. Do they have VAR in League One? They don't, Jellyfish, no. Jay Carter says we got the shortlist for Manager and Player of the Season today. Oh, did we? I haven't seen that. Who are they? City of Northfield, a handball in the Premiership. Awful VAR call. Penalty to decide the 2-2. Now it all comes down to Hearts v Celtic. It was. I do think that was a handball, though, right? That was a handball in the Hearts Celtic game. Celtic Motherwell game. It definitely was handball. I've no problem with that, really. But it does make Saturday very, very interesting. Really looking forward to seeing how that one plays out. Good to see you, Shaz. How's it going? Scarlett Parker, good to see you. Opinions on Slot to stay. Really enjoying that. Looking forward to seeing him next year, yeah. Calls you Dewberry, yeah. Daniel Wood, you called it. Dewberry's a really talented young player. Looking forward to seeing him tonight. Red Rebellion says Slot out brigade. Head loss is rife after Slot said he's going to be here next season. Love it. Yes, Arne Slot. Have you got a Burnley shirt ready for Monday? I've not, no. I've not. We don't need one. I don't need to wear a Burnley shirt to channel those come on Burnley vibes. Shah says, Key, can you say Coig? Yes, mate, Coig. Jay Cartman says, Manager, Arteta, Andrews, Guardiola, Iraola, Labris, and Carrick. Carrick for Manager of the Season. Sweet baby Jesus in Nazareth. Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick for Manager of the Season. Come on. Fabian Herzler deserves it more than him. Michael Carrick. Come on. Come off it. It's got to go to Keith Andrews anyway. If anyone other than Keith Andrews wins that, it's laughable. Player of the Season is between Bruno, Gabriel, Gibbs, White, Haaland, Raya, Rice, Semenyo, and Thiago. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's between Gabriel, Semenyo, maybe, possibly Rice, I guess. But it's Gabriel. It's whoever wins the title. But I would personally give it Semenyo. I think Semenyo's been a difference maker for Bournemouth and then for City when he's gone there. I would lean more towards Semenyo. But it wouldn't be surprised if Gabriel or Rice got it. I think either of those could get it as well. But yeah, Carrick, if Carrick wins Manager of the Year and Bruno wins Player of the Year, I'll implode. Jake Hartman says, trust me, I saw that list and was questioning it. Carrick has no right being on the short list. He doesn't, does he? He doesn't. Look at that. Look at that at Bally Parade here. Bradford City fans creating a hell of an atmosphere. Should be a great game, this one. Looking forward to it. Dad says, why wouldn't they? Slot won't be anyways. No, Slot won't be. Slot won't be. But yeah, but Carrick's. I don't think I'm not professing that Slot should be manager of the year, but Carrick certainly shouldn't be. I wouldn't argue with Regis Labris winning it, but it has to be Andrews. That's fair. That's fair. Carrick has taken United from 15th to 3rd in one season. Yeah, but he hasn't, has he? Because he took over United mid-season when they were like 5th or 6th. So no, he hasn't. That's by definition, he hasn't done that. Carrick has beaten every team in the top 6 in the last 4 months. But then you'll say that, but then on the other hand, there's not, United fans are overwhelmingly against the appointment of Michael Carrick. Seems to be the vast majority of United fans I've spoken to have said they're not that keen on him getting the job. And I'm not just talking about the terminally online. I'm talking about like pretty much all the United fans I know, like who I've worked with, who I've played footy with in the past, who I've known since school. Those guys, even those, the ones who season ticket holders at Old Trafford, those guys are a little bit like, I'm not that keen on him. Plus City of Northville, one of our regulars in the chat over here as well, he's very much not sure on Carrick either. Real Life says Carrick manager of the season when he hasn't even played a season is insane. And Adam says, do you think the EFL are brave enough to remove Southampton from the final? Adam, do you think they should? Do you think Southampton should be removed from the final for what's happened? Do you genuinely believe that's what should happen? Forget what you think will happen. Put that aside for a minute. Let's tie that up and put it over here in a little box. Forget what you think will happen. What do you think should happen? What is a fair punishment for Southampton for what they've done? Which is, up to now, unless we hear rumours, unless we get clear evidence of something else, the only actual evidence we have is that Southampton had one analyst who they claim wasn't instructed by them, but whether that's true or not is another matter. One analyst go to one training session of one club. Do we think that warrants kicking out of the championship final, playoff final? I'm not sure. City of Northville says, that means little. Why would we limit to since he came in? If someone came in with 5 games left, wins them all, they are manager of the year. Well, exactly. Yeah. Sarah says, yes, they should. They cheated. They cheated. Is it cheating? Is it really cheating? Is it actually cheating? Tony Hughes, what happened in the last Spygate? So Leeds got fined £200,000 for basically going, and they admitted, Bielsa, said, yeah, I mean, I didn't think we were doing anything wrong. We sent scouts to every single opposition team all season. They went and watched every single team's training session and sent spies to him to watch him train. And he was like, yeah, we've got all this footage and all this data, and Bielsa's Leeds freely admitted it. All Southampton have done is watch one training session according to, and they've not even said they instructed him to do so. But the EFL rules, literally the rules of the game, say you can go and watch the opposition's training. You can go and do it. It says it. Because they can't prevent it. They can't legally prevent it. So what they say is you're lawfully allowed to go and watch another team train 72 hours before the match. But you can't go any later than that. So, in other words, if you're playing a game on a Saturday afternoon, you can go and watch him train on a Tuesday, no problem. Go and watch him train Monday, Tuesday, the weekend before, no problem. But if you go and watch him train on the Wednesday, you're breaking the rules. It just seems a little bit sketchy to me. The actual action is exactly the same. Proud Gooner says football's got far too woke now, was better in the 70s and 80s. Questionable. But I respect your opinion. Adam says, I think they should be fined, that's all. Jay Shaw says it'll be Arteta by default. But Andrews and Iriola have done superb. Emery had Villa flying for 6 months as well. Yeah, that's very true. Jay Cartman says they attempted to gain an unfair advantage. It's classed as cheating. Should they be thrown out, that would be the most extreme punishment. Chances are it'll be a heavy fine or points deduction next time they're in the EFL. See, I honestly, I would just go... I just think it's a fine. Like, £200,000 is what Leeds got for doing basically the same... Well, not even basically. Leeds did that thing, but well worse. And they got a £200,000 fine. They did it to all teams. So, I mean, like £500,000, maybe because it's, because it's a bigger playoff game. Maybe it's £500,000, but I'd be very much surprised. Very surprised if it was anything to do with that. It's unsporting, not cheating. Well, that's what Leeds got done with, isn't it? Leeds got done I think it was, the actual term was acting in bad faith to an opposition team or something. Right, here we go. So let's just have a quick look at the lineups. Let's have a little look at the lineups. Dewberry, Johnston, just down in the pre-match warm-ups. Who do you want to win? Do you know what? I like both teams. I really do. I like Schumacher. I like Graham Alexander. I guess I'd probably lean more towards Bolton than Bradford, but I like Bradford as well. I've no problem with Bradford. They played really well last year as well, and obviously coming up and stuff. I thought that was it was great when Bradford came up, so it'd be a really good story if Bradford went up again. But I fancy Bolton. I do fancy Bolton. City of Northville says it's desperate. Maybe you can make it a bigger fine since it's known. Make a percentage of whatever they end it at the season, so if they get Premier League, it'll be bigger. That's not... that. Yeah, I mean... I don't know. Is there a chance this could go to pens? Yeah, a 1-0 win for Bradford, or a 2-1, or a 3-2 win for Bradford, anything like that. And yes, it absolutely goes to penalties. Bolton are only 1-0 in front on the tie on the night, so yeah, absolutely it could go to pens. Finners Matty says Bolton get to the final and lose to Stockport. Well, here we go. We're very close to kick-off, folks. Life of Justin, good to see you, man. Shahid, great to see you too. Evening, Shell. Tony says there was a bigger offence when the Super Six were conspiring to leave the Premiership. What happened? Well, they got a big fine, didn't they? They got a big fine. And a suspended... kind of, if you do it again, you get massive... It was already codified as to what happens if anything happens again. Whereas it's bizarre, isn't it? Because you would imagine they would have done that with Leeds. When it happened with Leeds, you would have thought maybe what they'll do, the EFL, is they'll go, well, tell you what, not only will we make sure that this doesn't happen again by making, an actual law, but what we'll do is we'll sort of codify what the punishment is. So if you're caught cheating, this is the punishment. Whereas they've left it quite ambiguous, haven't they? And that's a bit bizarre to me. I think if you're going to make a real change, like for example, I don't know, the goalkeeper, if you hang on to the ball for 6 seconds or more, it's a corner. Very clear punishment. Here's Dewberry. Wonderful start from Bolton. Strike! Just over the bar. First shot in anger from Dewberry. Evening, JWoww. Evening, Adam. Key Deschamps hasn't included Camavinga. I'm shocked, to be fair. Just different rules for different clubs. I don't think it's anything to do with different rules for different clubs. I think that's a conspiracy theory. That's tinfoil hat mentality. There's no evidence to suggest bigger clubs get an even spread of the decisions. There's nothing to do with that. City of Northville says, here's the rule, 100% legal to watch training. In fact, they're all to be live streamed on the website for extra income. The thing is, they can't even prove that that's the real thing, right? If the Analyst wasn't caught, well, I guess they would never know, but now the Analyst has been caught, Southampton have plausible deniability, don't they? Southampton can literally say, and they have done, yeah, we didn't send him there. We didn't instruct him to do that. Yeah, no, we didn't want him to do that. JWoww, Iriola's talked to Everton. Nah, no chance. No chance Areola goes to Everton. Joe says, have you seen Gordon's agreed to go to Bayern? Anthony Gordon to Bayern. I think it's a good move for him, that. Might be, maybe that Elise is going. I wonder. Ollie, not a partial spectator. What do you mean by a partial spectator, Ollie? Or Ole, whatever you prefer. Shahid says this is a Roses clash, isn't it? Yorkshire and Lancashire, so should be spicy. Always. Graham Alexander on the touchline as well. Will not allow Bradford anything other than total intensity. City of Northfield, he was actually just hiding behind the tree to record. Local ladies, he has a real problem. Had nothing to do with the match. Apologies, I meant impartial spectator. Impartial spectator. Well, yeah, I am impartial. In this one, anyway. I have no horse in the race in this one. Joel says, Key, I'm hearing it's an Elise swap deal for Gordon. Yeah, Elise to Newcastle. Get it done. Jellyfish says apparently he got caught and he ran into the nearby golf club, ran into the toilets, changed clothes and all caught on CCTV. Can't make this up. I mean, that's the surefire way to get yourself caught doing something you shouldn't be doing, right? You've just ran immediately. Like, you couldn't, the picture they took, he was so, like, he's literally dressed all in black, stood behind a tree, peeking out with a camera. Like, the guy could not look more conspicuous, more stand out. That's why, I don't know, it just seems really odd. Claim for a penalty there from Bradford, you're not getting that. Ole, say one nice thing about Arsenal and I'll follow you. Mate, listen, I don't want you to follow me because we've got, you know, because I've said something nice. I don't want that. If you don't want to follow me, mate, you don't have to follow me. I appreciate you watching and commenting even if you don't follow. Even if you don't want to. It's all good. No pressure. Red Rebellion says, Elise, literally impossible to sign for anyone. They will ask for ridiculous money. Depends. There's rumours about a transfer, sort of a buyout clause and things like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. King's Arm. This guy only go viral when he's on Arsenal Watchalong. Watchalong. I mean, that's not true. We've not even watched all Arsenal games this season. City of Northville says the funniest thing is they have Meta glasses and that. They're like 300 quid. Didn't even have to hold his phone. Vagabundo, aren't you a Benfica fan? Why are you so obsessed with Arsenal? It's bizarre. If you're a Benfica fan, I mean, I'm happy to talk about Benfica. What do you feel about Mourinho leaving? That's a big news with Benfica, right? Long ball forward and straight through to the Bradford goalkeeper. But yeah, Bradford, by the way, we did these earlier, but I'll do them again. They are on the right-hand side here if anyone wishes to have a look at the lineups. We've got Walker in goal, Baldwin right and Tilt at the back, Nerfville and Toure in the wing-back positions, Metcalf and Power with Jackson, Poynton and Sarcevic up front. Anthony Sarcevic, top scorer for Bradford this season, isn't he? Why do you hate Benfica? I did, Joe. Yes, thank you. Cheers for that. Yes, I've heard him. I like him. I like his stuff. Come on, you Wanderers, says Jonathan. Carl says, Key, what do you think about the Diamande links with Liverpool? Do you rate him? I rate him. I just don't rate him 90 million quid. Oxford fan says, wait, Key, you're doing Celtic Hearts on Saturday? I am, yes. 12:30 Saturday. Celtic Hearts. And straight after, we will be doing the FA Cup final. Jose ain't confirmed as Real Madrid manager. He's not, but he is going to be, isn't he? Yeah, he is going to be. One subscription from a Gooner. Cheers, proud Gooner. Good man. Appreciate that, buddy. Listen, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. Like I said, no hate with Arsenal. Just don't want you to win the league. I don't want you to be rewarded for that style of play. But I've no issue with Arsenal Football Club. Massive game, Hearts v Celtic. It is. It's going to be a huge one. Really looking forward to it. I think, obviously, Hearts in a position now where they just need a draw. But that can be dangerous, can't it? That can be one of them where I think if you go into the game sort of playing for a draw, then you might just end up losing. So I think Hearts have to be a little bit front foot and go to Parkhead to, play to win. Play as champions kind of thing. Jonathan Walton, I hope Hearts win the title. I think we all do, mate. But good to see you, Jonathan. Maddow says we should be watching the game between Always Ready and the Strongest. Go on, Bolivia. Bolivia's finest. Well, we're 9 minutes in here, and we've only had the shot, really, from Kozia Dubry. For Bolton, by the way, it was Bonham in goal, Johnston, Farino, Joseph, Toll, and Ozzy Tutu at the back. Erhon, Sheehan, and Rodriguez midfield, with Sissoko, Kozia Dubry, and Mason Burstow up front. Former Hull striker Mason Burstow has had a good season at Bolton. 18 goals and assists this season in 42 games. Proud Goon, I'm actually moderator in Developer channel. Oh, he's at the Bolton game. Nice. Yeah, no Developer, yeah. Good channel. Good stuff, mate. Lovely to have you. Dave Challoner, Stockport managers at Valley Parade. Long throw, Dave Challoner. Carl says Elise is the only player who I think could do a Salah job on that right side for Liverpool. Good player. Very good player. But again, it depends on the price, doesn't it? Stockport gaffers in the stand spying. Get them banned. Get them banned. Throw them out. Throw them out of the playoff race. Maciek. Hello. Greetings from Poland. Cześć. I think that's the right way of saying it, isn't it? I love me some pierogi. Lots of love to Poland. Joe says, Key, would you consider doing any more Gateshead games next season? If there's no on. To be honest, it was a good game, wasn't it, Gateshead York? It was alright, that one. King's Arm, bro, what are you going to do if Arsenal win the league? Flee the country? Yeah, I'm gonna flee the country, mate, yeah. I can't. I've seen Arsenal win loads of titles in my life, but this one time, yeah, I'm going to flee the country. Does that make you feel a bit better? Fucking hell, some people. Bolton, unlucky. Went to catch the goalkeeper out there, but a bit too easy, that. Good effort, though. Nearly tried to catch Walker out there, Rodriguez. Good effort from the halfway line. Come on, Bolton, says Gamer Guru. Dave says, have a Spur Champions League ticket, you coming, Key? I'd rather lick my own arsehole, mate. You're alright, I'm good. Joel says, Rob Elliott ball is much more entertaining than Arteta ball. And City of Northfield says, I've never seen a fan base needing more supporters to care about their side more than Arsenal fans. They're desperately claiming that validation, aren't they? But good luck to him. Like I said, good luck to him. No shade. Use a 3-4-6. Dude, please don't spam. Please don't spam, mate. I'm happy to keep you in the chat, but please don't spam. You're just basically annoying everyone else. Just please don't spam. Say whatever you want. Take the mick out of me. Absolutely no problem with it. Just don't spam. That's a foul. Easy one. Bolton, edge of the box. Too easy, that one. Tilt comes flying out and takes out Kozia Dubry. Craig's got a few quid on Bradford. Well, yeah, I think Bolton's the way to go. I've gone for both teams to score, but Tilt's just absolutely taking them out. Okay, well we're just gonna have to block you now, mate. That's a shame. I didn't want to have to do that. I don't like muting or blocking anyone generally. I really don't. But if you're gonna be a tit, then we'll just move you on. It's too easy. There you go. 2 clicks. All you have to do was be sound. Joel says, say something good about Newcastle or I'm unsubscribing. Jonathan says we're all going to Turkey if Arsenal win. And Marcelo's gone for 0.5 half time. You think there's going to be a goal first half? Well, there's a perfect chance here for Bolton. Right on the edge of the box. There's 3 of them over it. Cozy Dubry's 1. Walker's just lining up his wall, sorry. And looks like it's going to be a right footer. Strike, into the wall, too easy that. There was a claim for the handball, but not really. Carl says, have United ever signed a player straight from Liverpool? I was asked that before and I honestly couldn't think of one. There's only one, and it was back in the 60s. I think it was Phil Chisnall. Back in the 60s. It was a long, long time ago. 3 Star says, wish I thought of that spying trick before our second leg against Villa. It could have been profitable for wearing a Villa shirt for a few minutes. Get him kicked out. Proud Gooner, I want Spurs to go down. I could have guessed that. Yeah, I could have guessed that. I don't think they will, though, do you? City of Northville, I love that Newcastle never steals players United wants and will always appreciate that. And Joe, to be fair, I would flee the country even if Arsenal don't win the league. This place is a mess. Again, I wouldn't really disagree with that either, to be honest. Jack Patton, sup key, how are you doing? I'm good, mate. How are you, Jack? Jack, do you think Arsenal will win the league? Yes, I do think they will, yes. Finners Matty, get all the stickers. It'll cost over 1,000 if you get lucky and you get no duplicates at all. Yeah, don't... The World Cup sticker book, is that what you're on about? Apparently it's going to cost over 1,200 quid to fill. Welshwing, evening key. Did you know if Arsenal win the Prem, they'll be the first team to lift it at an away ground since United did back in the JJB in 08? I didn't know that. That's fascinating. Yeah, I didn't know that. Just think you can watch at Arsenal, plus get your teeth done in Turkey. Get your hair done as well. Get your teeth in my hair. I'll come back looking like Donny Osmond. Ball whipped in from Bradford, cleared away. Too easy, that one. Not a great corner. And all the way back to Tilt. No, I couldn't quite keep it in there. It was played out to the left for power and cleared away. Davsar says, hello, are you always against Arsenal or does it seem that way just from the clips? Yeah, it just seems that way from the clips, mate. Bolton down the right-hand side. Long ball forward. Again, Cozy Dubry's never going to get that. Don't know why they're trying to play the long ball here. Bradford winning all the second balls, though. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, lucky boy at the back there. I think it was Farino Joseph. Just couldn't quite... I think it's fresh air shot, isn't it, really? All right, Ollie. Rasta, hello Key and the Watchalong family. Happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thursday to you, sir. How's it going? How's life? How's your family? How's love? How's finances? Everything. How you doing in life? I hope it's all good. Wishing you only the best, mate. Peace and happiness, love and wealth and all that stuff. Health and wealth. He loves Arsenal, really. Bit like Expressions. Probably not. I'm nowhere near as animated as Expressions. I mean, he's got a lot of very, very well crafted monologues, whereas I'm a little bit more on the fly. Joe says that barcode kit was fake. The new one is trying to replicate the kits when we had Northern Rock as a sponsor. Is it not the one that Geordie Josh showed? I saw the one Geordie Josh did. Wasn't great, was it? Jack Galbraith, I don't disagree with you, mate. Don't disagree with you. Aussie 2-2. Again, Tilt. Do you know what? He should be on a yellow card already there, Tilt. Couple of times. There you go. The referee's just said to him, mate, have a word. Think about it, because the next one, you're getting a card. It's a couple of times now. Tilt has been done. Probably should be on a yellow. Lucky boy. Vagabundo, you're funnier than expressions for me. Cheers, man. I'm not trying to be funny. Well, I have tried to be funny. I've usually failed quite spectacularly. But I don't try. Just generally just doing my thing. Patrick Fancy Jr. Bolton to win. I think Bolton to win too. Yo, Catholic dude. How's it going, mate? Carl O'Neill, have you heard it here first? Burnley are going to snatch a late goal at Arsenal and get a draw. Come on. Gamer Guru says expressions has more metaphors than anyone I've ever heard. Must spend his nights practicing. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's very, very well scripted. Little bit like Goldbridge. He's got his metaphors wrote down early doors so that when anything happens, he knows what he needs to say. Melted like an Easter egg on a hot day. That's not coming from nowhere. There's loads of stuff like that where it's just, you can tell, monologue prepared, and that's fine. It's still very funny. Finners Matty, Burnley looked good against Villa. I do think Burnley have got a great chance, Got a very good chance against Arsenal. Wouldn't rule it out. Certainly wouldn't rule it out. Shahid Key, what was the score from the first leg? It was 1-0 Bolton at the first leg at the Tough Sheet Stadium. Or what was formerly known as the Macron, I think. And then before that, it was the Reebok Stadium, which is what it was when I was growing up. The Reebok. Ryan says, let's hope Arsenal smash bloody Burnley. As useless as tits on a non-FC. Statues. Tits on a nun. Vampire FC. Allergic to crosses. It's all that stuff in it, and it's funny. It's fair play to him. It's very Partridge, and I love Partridge. Gamer Guru says Mark's changed a lot since Neville became his puppet master dangling his strings. Have you seen that? Everyone's replying to him on X. Every post he puts on. Seems like everyone's replying to him, calling him Gary. As if Gary Neville's got hold of his account. Like, sincere posts as well. Like, yeah, Gary, I agree with you, or whatever. Like, people are fully just adopting the Gary thing now. Ryan says, I'm going to the match at the Emirates. I hope to not see Mike Jackson's moonwalking in that technical area if Burnley get something. Well, I'll certainly be going, ow, if Mike Jackson's Burnley gets something. Shell, I used to sew the Newcastle kits, Joe, when I worked in a sewing factory in the 90s. You'd had a purple away kit. Oh, yeah, was it the purple and blue striped one, the Nuki Brown Ale? My mate had that. He was a big Newcastle fan. Proud Gooner, we might have Timber back on Monday. My favourite Arsenal player. Very, very good player. World class. Might be one of the best right backs in the world. If not the best. Finners Matty Key, I opened a World Cup sticker book packet last night and got a Bosnia player. And I asked my brother what team it was. And he said Benfica. Fair enough. Joe says sweating more than a cucumber in a woman's prison. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Sweet Lord. 3-star Key, I'm skint. I've got a bad knee, dodgy back. My eyesight and hearing's gone. I got a bad cold and my football team's had a tough season. Apart from that, I am well. Well, I'm kind of there with you, mate. My eyesight and hearing's deteriorating as well. I've not got the cold. And I've not really got I've not got a bad knee either. I'm all good. But I'm skint. I'm halfway there with you. My team's had a tough season as well. And your team beat mine. So, be thankful what we have got, I guess. I heard Timber's out for the season. We can't have that. Bradford just pressing Bolton right from the back. They're pressing very high, but Bolton are trying to play over the press at the minute. Burstall trying to get the flick-ons for Dewberry. And Bolton picking up the second ball here. It's Sissoko on the left-hand side. Unlucky. Bradford win it back. Better. Proud Gooner, blimey, if I have that much wrong, you defo need call the Undertaker and get you measured up. FHU's winning the Conference League final and who's scoring? I think Palace, and I go Palace 1-0. Ismail Assar. I think it's going to be a tight one, that one. 1-1-2-2. No Arsenal agenda, mate. No, you've got me very much mistaken with someone else. Ed Bonanno, I think it'd ruin the final from a neutral perspective if Timber and White are both out for the Champions League. Who would they play at right back then, in that case? If Ben White and Timber are out, who would they go for? Who would be Arsenal's stand-in right back? Would Bukayo Saka get moved back, I guess? Bolton, good ball in. Burstow, it's going to be a corner, Bolton. LJ says 2 former Premier League teams that will return at the earliest 5 years from now. That must be said. Well, I really hope to see both of these back in the Prem at some point. Mosquera. Yeah, Mosquera. I mean, he didn't look terrible against West Ham the other day at right back, admittedly. He was only on for a kind of short while, but yeah, you wouldn't really want Mosquera up against Kvaratskhelia, and that's who he'd be up against, wouldn't he, on that right-hand side? They'd have to double up. They'd have to think of a special plan for Kvara. So it'd probably have to be Rice doing a little bit of extra work, which means it takes him out of the middle, doesn't it? So then, then you're freeing up Vitinha and Neves. Bolton with the ball in. Chance! Oh, lucky. Gone behind for a goal kick. Callum Brentford v Bolton. 1-1-2-2. Who do you support, by the way? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. Yeah. Who do you support, or is that a silly question? Are you an Arsenal fan? Proud Gooner, I think I've first seen UK on the match reactions. No, Gav does a lot of them. Good lad. Yeah, Gav does quite a few. Good fella. Really nice fella. Big Chelsea fan, but I won't hold that against him. He's a good lad. But yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people tend to find me on the match reactions, and that's fine. I have nothing to do with that. I have no say in that or anything. They asked me if they could do it. Well, actually, I take that back. One of them asked me if they could do it, and I was like, yeah, fine, whatever, go for it. And they make lots of money and views off the back of it. I don't get anything from that. And then a load of other channels picked it up, but a lot of other channels sort of see it, and then sort of a lot of people see me on the reactions and then come in sort of expecting a certain type of thing, and they don't get it because that's not really what it is. It's not expressions. It's not sort of angry, ranty hatred. It's not that. It's very, very calm. Very, very calm. I don't want Arsenal to win because I don't like your style of play. It's nothing to do with the club. That's it. Callum, how do you think Cov will do? Depends how much they spend. It's all whichever teams come up, Coventry, Ipswich. We don't know whether it's going to be Hull. Southampton might not even get a chance. It all depends on how much they spend. I think if they don't spend the money, they won't be able to stay up. They've got to spend the money. What are we saying? Could also put in Capier at right back and Calafiori at left back. Possibly, yeah. Possibly. Proud Gooner, I'd claim a percentage. Oh, you can't. I don't think you can, really. And to be honest, I'm not that bothered. Good luck to him. I don't make the stuff. And whoever the guy is who does it, he gets him out bang on full time, doesn't he? Fair play to him. He does some work. So, good luck to him. Frankie Reed, what game are you watching? We're watching Bradford against Bolton, but we're chatting about a bit of everything, really, as the game's going on. Bradford are currently, I wouldn't say dominating possession, because they're not really. It's 50-50 at the minute on possession. But it feels like Bradford have had a little bit more of the ball, but Bolton have had maybe the better chances. Gamer Guru, my favourite comment on Fan React TV was the West Ham game. Key finally got the check he's been asking for. Belting, isn't it? Shell says, I'm okay, thanks, LJ. Only 3 seizures today. Bloody hell, Shell. 3 seizures. I don't know how you do it, lovely. Honestly, they really take it out of you, don't they? So, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better. City of Northville, I tried watching a United fan channel, found I hated it. Wanted contrarian opinion during games. A critical ear. Contrarian opinion? You cheeky. Do you know what? I wouldn't go as far as saying contrarian. I don't deliberately take a contrarian standpoint to everything. I'll agree with people on quite a lot of things. We do. I think we agree with each other. Not just me and you, Northville, but I think a lot of people in the chat. We broadly agree on a lot of stuff, don't we? But we disagree on a fair bit as well. And if you tell me and you say, I don't think that's right at all, Key, fine with it. Ted Island, Key, you're getting some grey hairs. I've got a wife and a daughter, mate. You accumulate grey hairs very, very quickly as soon as you get a little girl. You've got a lot more to worry about. Proud Gooner says, something that winds me up is when streamers ask for the likes constantly, usually channels with 100k plus subs. I don't do that enough. But apparently I've been told I don't do it enough. I kind of just remember to do it usually at the end of the stream. But I probably should do it more. Maybe I should do it more. Sarah says, I guess, but if you're having 3 a day, then your meds need changing. I mean, to be honest, 3 a day for some people, I'm really lucky. But some people, 3 a day is like about as good as it gets. I don't know if that's you, Shell, but it's a very difficult illness, isn't it? It's not great. But I sending you love. Got there in the end, Will, lad. Yeah. 5th time's the charm, Will. Joel says what Southampton did was wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it was anything that bad. So I'm just glad I grew out of him. Very tough. Gamer Guru says worst take he had was Jamie Carragher was world class. Jamie Carragher was world class. He was a world class centre back. It was only for a couple of years, but he was a world class centre back. There's nobody would argue that between 2005, 6 and 2007, 2008, Jamie Carragher was up there. He was up there. He was a very, very, very good defender. Very good centre back. Yep, key 3's quite good for me. And are they all tonic clonics? The bad ones, the Grand Mals. I mean, they're all bad. I'm not, not diminishing any other types. Sure, I've never had absent seizures. I've no idea, but I'm sure they're just as bad in different ways. But the Grand Mal tonic clonics take it out of you. So 3 a day, if you're having anywhere close to that, then you have my undying sympathy and respect. Welshwing, my mum suffers from myositis. It's not a nice thing to have. I'm not familiar with that. I can't say I'm familiar with it. When will you give Arsenal their flowers? I don't know what you're asking me to give them, because I believe the credit that you're asking for, I've given them already. John Jacobs, a nose that could pierce concrete. I've tried, believe me, I've tried. Patrick says, why does Slot hate Chiesa? He doesn't hate Chiesa, mate. Chiesa freely admits he's not fit to play, not mentally or physically ready to play games of football. So I think if you know the players said that, then no manager would ever pick him, would they? Everybody who said that Slot hates Chiesa seemingly doesn't know that the guy has turned down loads of call-ups to the Italy squad because he's not been ready to play football. It's when the immune system attacks the body. Oh, God. That doesn't sound good. Well, again, lots of love to your old girl, mate. Hope she's okay. Shell says, yep, Grand Mal's stop and start about 6 mini seizures in what I count as 1. I don't know how you deal with that, Shell. That's, honestly, genuinely, I don't know how you deal with that. Because they take it out of me for days. I must be soft as shit. They take it out of me for days. Sub-Zero, every video I see of you, you're hating. Well, I mean, in the nicest possible way, as much as I appreciate you watching the videos, maybe open your mind. Come in, have a chat. Don't watch a 30-second video and think you've got a picture of how someone thinks. Especially when those videos are clipped, they are edited to make me look a lot worse than I actually am. I'll say that. There's a lot of things, and it's happened loads of times where I'll say, penalty! Because on the first replay in real time, it looked like a penalty. And then as soon as you see the replay, the very first replay, I've gone, yeah, no, that's not a pen. No chance. But they don't show that bit. They just show me claiming a penalty. So then everyone in the comments is going, can't believe he thought that was a penalty. But obviously they've seen all the replays. And it's the same thing with offsides. It's the same thing with fouls. It's the same thing with this and that and everything else. I don't even know, says, thought I'd drop in and say hi real quick. Hope you're well, and I hope everyone here is okay. Same to you, mate. Lovely to see you, as always. Shahid says, Liverpool had a good midfield with Gerrard, Xabi Alonso and Schumacher. Schumacher was was he off the left or the right? He was off the left, Schumacher. Good ball in, Bolton. Bradford just winning it back again. Celtic one is a pen, says Jude. It is, yeah, absolutely. And, sorry, what was that? Gooner. Apologies if I've missed that. Proud Gooner. Something that winds me up is when streamers ask for... Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Like and subscribe to the channel if you've not already, people. Proud Gooner, what a guy. Really appreciate that, mate. I'm sure I've missed something. Liverpool need a good summer transfer window, Key. We do. Yes, undeniably. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. LJ, it's dumb to think that Carrot or Stevie G was bang average. They were world class. Absolutely agree with that. Same thing with handballs, Key. Yeah, to some degree. Welshwing says, here's a quiz. Name the top 50 viewers that came to give Key stick from the reactions but ended up sticking around. Just the top 50. Oliverian, did you do a chat today, pal? Might have missed it. No, I didn't. Sorry. I know, and I said I was going to do one today, didn't I? Apologies. No, we didn't do one today. I was dead busy today. I did loads of stuff through the day that I had loads on, so I've not had time today. But maybe tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Possibly. Ball whipped in. Bradford off the corner. Cleared away. And Kozia Dewberry furthest man forward again for Bolton. Bolton seemingly quite happy to sit back here and play on the counter-attack, as you maybe would be. They're one goal up. They don't need to chase a goal. They're playing long. They're quite happy to just soak up pressure and hit on the counter. And Bradford have got an awful lot of work to do to try and break them down. So far, they've not really done an awful lot to achieve that. But this is a bad pass. Oh! And Bolton, if they'd have just hit the pass to the right, Sissoko was screaming for it on the left. Mason Burstall was nearly in. Proud Gooner says, I question Arteta's decision still as why put Rice at right back after Ben White got injured, had Mosquera and Nkapie on the bench. Both can play right back. Those decisions cost games. I mean, by hook or by crook, he'll win a Premier League title. Sometimes he'll make bad decisions, and sometimes he'll get away with them, as they got away with it against West Ham. But you would argue, does it really matter how you win as long as you win? I disagree with that sentiment, but some people do, don't they? Some people think that way, and a lot of people do, and I'm sure Arsenal winning their first league title after 22 years, they'll think exactly that way, and fair play to them. How does it matter how you win? But for me, I think it's more important that if your fans are gonna pay an extortionate amount of money, you'd ask your fans to pay thousands and thousands of pounds during an economic crisis, and you get them paying a fortune. Not even just to necessarily watch you at the game, even to pay TV subscriptions and all the emotional labour that goes into it. I think you've got to give them something to cheer about beyond just the end results. And I'm not sure that there's many teams really that have done that this season, but Arsenal, they've been guilty of being quite dull and quite negative. And I do think that comes from the manager. It's certainly not the players. I think the players they've got some real quality and good attacking players there. And I like a lot of the Arsenal attacking players. I've always said I think Martinelli's your best attacker. I really like him. I'd have him at Liverpool. Here's Dewberry. What a ball that is. Oh, big chance. Oh, so close. So close. Seaside Dave. Bradford Watchalong. And again, it's about Arsenal. Dave, are you aware how these things work, mate? A Watchalong usually involves a bit of chat, a bit of back and forth. So if someone asks about a particular question, particular thing, it'd be weird if I didn't respond to it in that vein, wouldn't it? City of Northville, and I'm watching different United games. I think they've looked awful in every game for the last few months and have eked out wins in games they were often dominated in all game. I mean, some games, yeah. I think there's some games United have played really well in, and you have deserved to win. I thought Brentford. I thought against Brentford that was a very decent performance. But yes, Igor Thiago missed about 3 or 4 absolute sitters in that one, didn't he? Seaside Dave, it's always Arsenal, lad, always Arsenal. Last night's City goal, Arsenal. I know, but does that not tell you about the people who are in the chat? Like, I'm not saying, right guys, Bradford versus Bolton. But first off, let's chat about Arsenal for a bit. That's not how it works, Dave. It doesn't work like that. I don't do it. Generally, if people come in and they chat about whatever, it's usually, Key, what do you think about the weekend? What do you think about Arsenal against West Ham? Key, what do you think about Mikel Arteta for Manager of the Year? Key, what do you think about... And it's always those types of questions. It'd be weird if I didn't respond to him. I'll chat about anything, me. I'll talk about... We've been talking about Southampton and Middlesbrough and Spygate. We're talking about whether United should appoint Michael Carrick. But yeah, maybe you just come in at the wrong time, mate. I don't know. But if you're talking across a 2.5 hour live, yeah, I mean, Arsenal's gonna take some of the conversation up. They're the best team in the league at the minute. So, I can't really argue against that. Leon, are you watching the Bolton game? We are indeed. Preet says, if Bradford lose, look at the Yorkshire derbies in League One next season. What games are you doing over the weekend, Leon? Over the weekend, so Saturday to... Oh, that's not tomorrow. Friday tomorrow, isn't it? Tomorrow we're doing Liverpool against Aston Villa, Villa Park. Friday night football. We're doing that. Then we are doing... what are we doing after that? Oh, Saturday, innit? Hearts v Celtic. Celtic v Hearts. It's at Parkhead. So Friday night, Villa Liverpool. Saturday, 12:30, Celtic Hearts. Basically the SPFL title decider. Then we're going to be doing at 3 o'clock the FA Cup final, Chelsea v City. Sunday, we're doing United v Forest, 12:30, followed by Newcastle West Ham, big relegation zone battle, 5:30. So yeah, we'll be live for all of them. Seaside Dave says 2 hours 20 minutes about Arsenal, 10 mins, a quick roundup of life. Well, yeah, but we do a bit of life as well. We've been talking about poor Shell and you know, epilepsy and all the stuff, and Welsh Wing's mother and our various ailments, 3 stars, dodgy knee. We've been talking about all that stuff as well. Seaside Dave, Monday you having a night off? No chance, you know that, Dave. I'll be live on Monday as well. And on Tuesday. Tuesday we're live as well. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm live every night. No such thing as a day off on this channel. Welsh Wing says, right, Bradford v Bolton. But first off, whose quizzes are better, Welsh Wings or Keys? That's a loaded question if ever I've seen one. Pasty Balm at half time. You can't. I don't understand people who have pie butties, pie balms, pie on a balm. That's a very common thing around the northwest where I grew up. I've never had one, but my God, double carbs. It's like having a jacket potato with spaghetti hoops. Although that sounds actually quite nice, doesn't it? Double carbs. No, yeah. Pie on a balm. Truth over lies, Key, mate. You're one of the best football streamers out there. People just love to moan. They're ungrateful and would soon miss you if you didn't do these streams. Cheers for that, mate. I'll pay you the £5 later for saying that. Nice one. Appreciate it. Very kind of you, know. That's really lovely. Gamer Guru says Iraola, Labris or Arteta for manager of the season. I wouldn't complain with either. And Call by Voodoo, the most asked question to do is, why do you hate Arsenal? I hear that several times during each broadcast. You simply respond, you rarely bring them up. I honestly, I don't think I ever bring Arsenal up, unless we're either watching Arsenal or someone else in the chat brings up Arsenal up. And then we maybe do go off on a bit of a tangent talking about them. But I don't go out my way to talk about any club, really. I don't think I do, anyway. Do you like Yorkshire pudding wraps, Key? I don't, but my missus absolutely loves them. She loves a Yorkshire pudding. But yeah, I'm not that bothered, you know. Money's just being transferred now for the comments. Sorted. I don't even know, says David Raya has been carried by his defence all season, in my opinion. The only major moment was on Sunday with his save at 0-0, and obviously for being rugby tackled. Rugby tackle. He wasn't rugby tackled. Sweet baby lord. Oliverian says Davey's live Monday chatting about Bradford. Pete, another reason people hate Arsenal is Keir Starmer supports them. Sir Keir, please. Sir Keir. Let's give him his due respect. I'm only kidding, by the way, before you all come for me. Shahid says, I had some pasta today, it was very nice. Deep fried pizza too. Blech. Unlucky, corner from Bradford cleared away. City of North Hill says, so Wait Carrick got us to 3rd from 15th with 18 games played, but Amarim, who came in the winter, of course, is responsible for 15th. Make it make sense. It's very true. Excuse me. Oliverian says, Raya has been carried by the PGMOL. It's another foul. Toure has just brought down, is it Sissoko on this left-hand side? Yeah. Got to be a free kick to Bolton. Come on, the Trotters. Get us a goal. I mean, I'm saying come on, the Trotters. I don't mind. I'm a Liverpool fan if you're a Bradford fan watching. I don't mind who wins tonight. I'm just hoping to see a better game of football in the second half than we've seen in the first. Ben Schumacher saving Toll for the final, perhaps. He's on, isn't he, Toll? Oh, no, he's just took him off, sorry. Hopefully he's back for the final. Ball whipped in. Bradford clear it away. It's going to be a corner on the far side to Bolton. Welsh says meat, potatoes, veg, gravy, cranberry sauce in a Yorkshire pudding-based wrap. Cranberry. Have I ever had cranberry sauce? I don't think I have. I might have. It'd be a one-off. I had kimchi fried rice for tea, says Shell. Kimchi. Is that Japanese seaweed? Or Japanese, like a spinach, innit, kimchi? I don't know. Corner for Bolton. 3 minutes of added on time. Oh, claim for the... It was a bit of a shove there. Maybe a bit of a shirt pull. Ray 4303, Liverpool fan. Good to see you then, Ray. We need some more Liverpool fans in here. Pete says I got Scotch eggs for me tea. You'll have death breath if you're eating Scotch eggs. Ryan Bridgman, who's your player of the season? I would give player of the season to either Gabriel or Semenyo. Maybe Rice. Personally, I would give it to Semenyo. If City win the league, I think he did really well at Bournemouth as well. So either of those two. I think you could rationalise giving it to Gabriel, Rice or Semenyo. I think Gabriel's been more important for Arsenal, though, than Rice. I think if you took Rice out of the Arsenal team all season, they probably wouldn't win the league, but they certainly wouldn't win the league without Gabriel. Bob Marley, no Liverpool fans in here because you're a helmet, mate. You told me there, Bob. Johnny, all right, Key, mate, how's it going, lad? Ash, why don't you like Arsenal? How long have you got, Ash? Hayden says, how are you doing, Key? I'm very good, Hayden. How are you, sir? More importantly. Mercury says, I see Bolton and get flashbacks to them beating Arsenal 1-0. 10 players behind the halfway line and Kevin Davis with long balls. Kevin Davis was a hell of a player, wasn't he? Always got yellow cards, though. Proud Gooner, I'd rather have diced beef in red wine sauce, roast potatoes, asparagus in a big Yorkshire pudding. I've not had tea. Will you all shut up? I mean, I know I don't look like I've not had tea, but I haven't had tea tonight. I'm absolutely starving. And you're all talking about roast dinners and Yorkshire pudding wraps and kimchi fried rice like Shell. Carl O'Neill says Arsenal are getting closer to the league than before Rice signed, but I feel they played better football with Xhaka in the middle. Do you think that's more that other teams have dropped off? There's definitely been a stylistic change across the league, hasn't there? It's not just been I don't think it's something we've imagined. I think Arsenal have almost pioneered a certain style of football that unfortunately the rest of the league have had to, in many ways, attempt to replicate. There's not been as much pressing, you know. Like, Liverpool, I hear this a lot from Liverpool fans. A lot of Liverpool fans are saying, I hate the fact that we play this way. I hate Arne Slot's got us playing this really awful style of football. We don't press anymore. Let you have the if you want your centre backs to have the ball and pass it side to side, no problem. We'll lure you into traps and then, you know, and attack you that way. Not too bad, Key. Good lad. Ash, all evening, lad. Let's hear your reasons. There's no reasons, just one. Just one. I just don't love the style of play. That's all it is. There's no bigger reason. Nothing more insidious or uncalled for. It's generally just my own subjective view on how football should be played, and I think that Arsenal play it in quite a dull way. And I don't think I'm the only person to think that. I think there's a lot of Arsenal fans. Well, I know there's a lot of Arsenal fans that do, because I've got a load of them in the chat every single day. Ian Wright's been very vocal about it. One of your big legends has said he hates the way Arsenal play. So, and you have to win something to sort of justify the style of play. So this is my thought process. I don't like the way you play. So I don't want that style of play rewarded. That's all it is. Nothing more. Welsh Wing half-time quiz. Top 20 Premier League appearances for Bolton Wanderers. Oh, I like that quiz. Top 20 Bolton Premier League appearance holders. Oh, right. Okay. Kevin Davis would be one, I'm sure. Kevin Nolan. Okocha, maybe. Okocha's 11th. Right, Okocha is 11th. What about... Yeah, Nolan's 3rd. Jaskalainen. I bet Jaskalainen's up there. Davis is 2nd. Jaskalainen's got to be up there, hasn't he? Vazte. Jaskalainen. Good shout, Ash. Vazte, Juve. Bet Juve was there a while, wasn't he? UC is 1st. Okay, we've got UC. UC 1st. Anelka, Per Franson. Good shout. Per Franson could be right. Ricardo Gardner. Yeah. Again, like the thinking. I'm going to say Juve. Campo wasn't there that long, was he, Jellyfish? Gary Cahill was a little bit. Same as Hierro. Hierro wasn't there that long. They had a lot of play like Jardel and stuff like that who were there short term. Robbie Savage, I don't think ever played for Bolton, did he? Juve is 19th. Okay. Juve is 19th. Who else have we got on the chat on TikTok? Gary Cahill. Ivan Campo's 4th. Now that is astonishing. I would never have said that. Ivan Campo played more times for Bolton than El Hadj Diouf. I'd have never said that. Henrik Pedersen. Fabrice Muamba. Possible, maybe, yeah. Anelka was 21st. Okay, so Anelka's just outside the top 20. Again, yeah, he didn't have that long at Bolton, did he? Didn't Bobby Zamora play for Bolton? I don't think he did, no. Zach Clough. Gary Speed is a very good shout, Shell. Yeah, I'd be astonished if Speed isn't there. Did we say Gardner or Franson or Pedersen? Any of those who's been suggested? Elmander. Mwamba is 6th. Fabrice Mwamba is 6th. Johan Elmander. Do you know what? Johan Elmander, I think, has got the best goal I've ever seen from a non-top 6 club. I don't know if you've seen it. Johan Elmander away at Wolves for Bolton. Unbelievable goal. Bergkamp-esque. Speed was 12th. Okay, Gary Speed's 12th. JJ Okocha was 11th, by the way, Pete. Sorry. Stelios Giannakopoulos. That Knight is 14th. Knight 14th. Yeah, Stelios has got to be there. Liverpool very nearly signed him. Stelios Giannakopoulos, I would imagine, is there. I don't even know, says. Shout out to my man, Taj Manzour from Bradford, by the way. Cool. Love it. Stelios is 5th. Kevin Nolan, we've got us 3rd, by the way. What about Vazte? We're waiting on Vazte, Franson, Gardner, Pedersen, and Elmander. Any of those? Nathan Blake. Djorkaeff. Djorkaeff could well be. Yeah, Yuri Djorkaeff. Hell of a player. Sarah says, Key, apparently Liverpool's new kit's being released on the 19th of May. I think, yeah, we might wear that for the final game then, mightn't we? Simon Charlton. I'm trying to think of Bolton players that we'll have missed. There's loads of Bolton players we've not caught in this. Elmander's 15th. Okay. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 11 of the top 20, so we need some more. Nathan Blake. Yeah, I would imagine we word it on the final game of the season. Man City have won the Youth Cup, says Cooper. Cheers, Cooper. Juve we've already got, Carl. Juve is 19th. If you've just joined us, given that we're watching Bradford and Bolton, we're doing one of our special half-time Welsh Wing quizzes, which is the top 20 Bolton players to have played in the Premier League. For Bolton. The most Premier League appearances for Bolton in the Premier League. And we have... Nicholas Anelka was 21st. He was just outside the top 20. We've also had Stelios Giannakopoulos, Zat Knight, Elmander, Mwamba, Speed, Campo, Juve, UC Askalainen was 1st, Okocha was 11th, Kevin Nolan 3rd, and Kevin Davis is 2nd. Greta Steinson is 9th. Greta Steinson. I think Stig Tofting was around for a while. BCAFC says, Key, do you think Bradford still have a chance? They're going to have to be a little bit bolder, aren't they, second half, mate? They've not really laid a glove on Bolton yet. It's been all Bolton, chance-wise, anyway. Bradford have had their share of possession, but it's all been in kind of safe areas. It's not really been anywhere where they've really hurt Bolton. They've not really given Walker anything to worry about in the Bolton goal, have they? So I think we need to see Neufville getting forward a little bit more, maybe. Try and see if... I mean, Torre's been pegged back by Kozia Dubry on that side, which is maybe to be expected. But you're used to seeing Torre making those sort of flying runs up the left-hand side, and we've not really seen him do that. Bolton known for scoring late in games this season. Yeah, we did a game earlier this season away at Huddersfield. It was a fantastic game, that one. Steinson's 19th. Cahill is 7th. Gary Cahill was 7th. Okay. Like it. Bruno and Gotti. I like that. Yeah, Bruno and Gotti's a great shout. Proud Gooner says, oh, we've done that one, sorry. Gamer Guru says, home kit's not that much different, but the away kit is really nice, and the away kit we are talking for the final is our home kit. I was going to say, I quite like Arsenal's kits recently. Peter John Smith K. Have it. Ivan Klasnic. Klasnic is not a bad shout. I like both of those. Ben Haim is 17th. What about Ngotti? Bruno Ngotti was there a while. Ex-PSG, wasn't he? 10th, yeah. Okay. Ivan Klasnic. For anyone who didn't watch the game today, Man City have defeated United in the Youth Cup. Yeah, we've just heard. Yeah, Hunt. What about Hunt? Liverpool's green kits are always pretty nice looking. I mean, it's a shame really that whenever we've had green kits, we've never really done all that well. Whenever Liverpool have won anything, I've always looked at especially our away kit, and they've been garbage. Like, I remember our Champions League 2005, our away kits were shocking. The home kit was nice, but it was always going to be nice because whatever you win something big in. Like if Arsenal win the Champions League in the Prem this year, even if you don't love the home kit, it becomes iconic, doesn't it? Hunt is 8th. Okay, well, we can't have too many left now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So, we're waiting on Vazte, Franson, Gardner, Pedersen, Djorkaeff. Any of them? Uday, bro, who will win? I'm really hoping we see a goal in the second half, maybe for Bradford, that takes us to extra time. I'd really love us to see extra time tonight. William Fitch has gone for Bruno and Gotti. Stelios Giannakopoulos, says Carl. Egbert, what's the question? The question is the top 20 Premier League appearance makers for Bolton Wanderers. Given that we're watching Bradford and Bolton, we've gone for a Bolton-themed... I say we. Welshwing, our quiz extraordinaire, has gone for a Bolton-themed quiz tonight. And we've got Hunt and Gotti, Klasnic, Ben Haim, Cahill, Steinson, Stelios Giannakopoulos, Knight, Elmander, Muamba, Speed, Campo, Juve, Okocha, Kevin Davis, Kevin Nolan, and UC Jaskalainen. Taylor is 16th. Which Taylor? Matty Taylor. I would never have said that. Peter, what away kit has the retro badge like our third last season. Yeah, I like a lot of our away. I mean, I love that one. The one in the top there, if you can just see it behind the overlay. That one's my favourite Liverpool away kit. Egbert, I've just read it out, mate. I've just read it out. Top 20 Bolton players in the Premier League. We've got Anelka. Yeah, we've got Anelka. We've got Davis, Nolan, Okocha, Jaskalainen, Juve, Campo, Speed, Muamba, Elmander, Knight, Stelios Giannakopoulos, Steinson, Cahill, Benaim, Klasnic and Gotti, Hunt and Matty Taylor. Stuart Holden was a very good player for a while, wasn't he? US player. Djorkaeff apparently not there. Yeah, Stuart Holden's a good shout lock. I wonder, how many have we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've only got 2 left. Who are the 2 left, Welch? Because we're very close to kicking off second half here now. Who are the 2 we've got left? Because we're missing. We've got first, we've got second, we've got third. We've not got fourth. Oh, we have. That's Campo. We've got 5th. Have we got 6th? Yeah, we've got 6th. We've got 7th. We've got 8th. We've got 9th. Greta Steinson. I would never have said that. We've got 10th. Have we got 11th? Yeah, 11th was Okocha. 12th. Have we got 12th? Yeah, Gary Speed. 13th was Klasnic, wasn't it? 13th was Klasnic. 14th was Zat Knight. 15th. Have we got 15th? Yes, Elmander. 15th, we've got Elmander. 16th was Taylor. 17th was Ben Haim. Robinson, Matty Taylor, Hunt and Gotti, Klasnic, Ben Haim, Gary Cahill, Greta Steinson, Stelios Giannakopoulos, Zat Knight, Johan Elmander, Fabrice Muamba, who famously collapsed on the pitch at Tottenham Hotspur, didn't he, and had to retire. Gary Speed, Nicholas Anelka was 21st, just outside the top 20. Ivan Campo 4th. El Hadj Diouf was 19th. UC Jaskalainen was 1st. Okocha was 11th. Kevin Nolan 3rd. And Kevin Davis 2nd. Great quiz. Liam Vernon says, have you seen the France squad has been released, Key? I haven't, mate, no. No, I haven't seen it. Have they named the squad this early? That's a surprise. I mean, I know it's still a month away and there's still games to be played. I'm surprised by that. Yeah, great quiz, Welsh, as always, mate. Really appreciate that. Curtis Tilt has gone off for Tyrick Wright. Not really a surprise to see Tilt go off because he was this close to a yellow card and I think the referee knew he was treading a tightrope there. The next foul that Tilt gave, he was always going to get a booking. Joe, what has been the hardest day you've ever had to find a game? It's always the same day. It's the Monday on an international break. That's always the hardest day to find a game. You can watch a game every single day of the year, and generally speaking, we watch the game on Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We watch football every single day on this channel. There's always a game on. But the one day of the year where it becomes really, really difficult to actually find a game, and I mean, you're kind of scrambling around for Nigerian Premier League watch-along, which I've not yet had to do, the Nigerian Premier League. 45 is the Monday after an international break. So Sunday night, your final Premier League games are played. And all the players are going, that on the Monday, they're all flying off to go and meet up with their international teams. That's the worst day. Because basically nowhere in the world, credible leagues, let's say, leagues where there's, let's say, a global interest in watching, there's not that many games played on the Monday of an international break. Bradford, flying forward, good strike! Oh, so close! So close from Metcalf, who's on course to win Bradford's Player of the Season. Jensen Metcalf, he's a very talented young player. Andy says Camavinga and Mawani been left out. Not really surprised about Mawani. Locke says, who do you think will exceed expectation at the World Cup? I think everyone's thinking about Norway, aren't they? Japan as well, Northville. Yeah, Northville. Japan, Norway, both could be very good. Jellyfish says, that makes sense as they don't do Christmas. Yeah, we did the Saudi Pro League on Christmas Day. That was the only league in the whole world that was being broadcast on that day. And yeah, we did a watch along of Gini Wijnaldum scoring a winner for Al Ettifaq. Gini Wijnaldum scored on Christmas Day. So yeah, we did that. Joe says, what about the day before the World Cup? So with the World Cup this year, it's a little bit different. So I'm not going to be doing any games in maybe the few days before the World Cup starts. And the reason for that is I'm yet to make my mind up on it. It's because I've got to get my sleep right. I've got to spend... So you're going to get a 2 or 3 day break from me anyway before the World Cup. But I've got to get my sleep right. I'm basically shifting onto night shift pattern. I've got to find a way to be doing the 4 a.m. games at the World Cup. So it's going to be so mad. Egypt against Iran is a 4 a.m. kickoff here in the UK, and I'm going to be live for it. I'm live for every 81 fixtures across 39 days. I'm covering every single one. So that's going to be really, really difficult to switch. I've got to build up my sleep tolerance so that I'm going to bed at 6 a.m. in the morning and waking up at about 1, 2 in the afternoon. And then I'll go and pick my little girl up from school, spend the day with her, put her to bed, and then do the lives at 9, 10 o'clock at night, the first lives. And then it'll be 1 a.m., 3 a.m. kickoffs. That's basically what it is. It's going to be so hard, but it'll be good fun. Be great fun. William says, if America and Iran meet in the World Cup, will you do that watch along? I'm doing them all, mate. Every single one. Have the game times been confirmed? Yes, I've got them all. I've got them all right here. All the game times. Mexico v South Africa, 8 p.m. on June the 11th. That's the opening day. Then it's South Korea versus Czech Republic at 3 a.m. Canada versus Bosnia at 8 p.m. June 13th is USA v Paraguay, 2 a.m. Brazil v Morocco, 11 p.m. Scotland v Haiti, 2 a.m. We're going to do that one. Scotland-Haiti will be a good laugh. Proud Gooner, I see Valverde and Tchouaméni's both being fined 500k from Real Madrid for the training ground incident. And Valverde suffered traumatic brain injury in that incident. Yes. LJ says, what about Sweden? Don't tell me they qualified unfairly. That's nonsense. No, I agree. Yeah, Sweden will... Sweden absolutely will be a decent team to watch. They've got Gyökeres and Isak up front, so if Kulusevski can get himself fit and Bergvall, they've certainly got players, haven't they? Liam says, key for the World Cup, we're here for it. Tire key out. I'll be knackered. You'll be falling asleep live on stream. I won't, I promise you. I will never ever fall asleep on the stream. Reggie, can you give me one reason why you would want Arsenal to win the league? I don't want Arsenal to win the league. Yeah. I don't want them to win it. I've been very clear about that, to be fair. Joe, will you have anyone watching you at that time? Maybe. Who knows? Possibly. I thought you were going to the USA for it. That was the plan originally. But yeah, it's not really feasible. It's not doable. It's an absolute fortune. But we looked at it. We did look at it, and we were going to fly out there for kind of 6 or 7 weeks, me, my little girl, and my wife. But we've decided against it. It's not really worth it. We're just going to stay here. Proud Gooner says Messi still got it. Scored hat-trick last night for Inter Miami. I know, 5-3, wasn't it? Why says if someone were to pay you 5 mil to want Arsenal to win the league, would you take it? Tony Snooker fan says, hi Key, come on you Gunners. Is right, Tony. Good to see you, mate. Joe will get to spend any time with your wife. Yeah. I mean, you're familiar with how normal jobs work, aren't you, Joe? If you're working a normal 9 to 5, let's say you're working a normal 9 to 5, you'll probably maybe give your wife a kiss in the morning at 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then you'll spend an hour commuting to work, depending on where you work. But you might spend an hour commuting to work. Then you work your job till 5 o'clock, and then you might spend an hour commuting home. You might only get back in at 6:30. So, you spend the best part of 10, 11, 12 hours a day apart from your better half, your loved ones. I'm really lucky. I only really spend maybe, if we're doing 3 watchalongs, it's like 7, 8 hours maybe. And that's if we have a really busy day. Egbert says, are you live for Hearts v Celtic? Yep, Hearts Celtic on Saturday, straight after the FA Cup final. Jansen says, how you feel about Slot staying? Even most Liverpool fans want him gone. No, I disagree. A lot of Liverpool fans want him to stay, and I'm one of them. Adam, I'll be with you the whole tournament, mate. Good lads. Good lads. City of Northville working class still play the game, but it's more a Django situation. And Locke says, would you accept Liverpool never winning another trophy if it meant England winning the World Cup? I don't support England at all, mate. I have no interest in England winning the World Cup. I have absolutely no interest in it. International football doesn't matter to me one jot. Apart from it being entertaining and football, I love watching football. But in terms of being invested in it, England aren't my team. I don't care. I have no team when it comes to international football. I don't mind. If England get knocked out, I'm kind of upset for everyone else. But I'm not bothered. It doesn't bother me. I don't get all gooey and warm feelings, fuzzy feelings when England win. It doesn't do anything for me. And each to their own. Whatever. If you do, then best of luck to you. No problem with that. It just doesn't do it for me. AFC 95, surprised you're not talking shit about Arsenal. That's all you do. Well, I wasn't doing it then, was I? I wasn't doing it then. Robbie Lord says, what are Bradford's chances? They've really got to try and be a bit bolder. They've not. It feels like, look at this. They're going. That's meat and drink, that, for Bolton. That it's too easy. I mean, they've picked up the second ball there, Bradford. They're going long far too often. It's a foul, and it should be a free kick, and it will be a free kick. Well done, Bradford. Good play. Really good play, that. Pointing down the left-hand side. Did well. And, yeah, he was taken out there by Dewberry. Oh, it was Aussie 2-2, sorry. Aussie 2-2 took him out on the right-hand side. Here we go. Free kick on the right-hand side for Bradford. Whipped in by Power. Punched away by the keeper. Too easy. Chance. Scramble in the 6-yard box, and the referees give a foul to Bolton. Yeah, Bonham just got enough on that to punch it away. Daddy-O says, I know you're not Scouse, but is it a Scouse, not English type thing? Do you know what I think it is? I think it's a Northwest thing. It's not even just a Scouse thing. It's a Northwest thing. Largely, there's large parts of the Northwest of England that don't really feel all that. It's like a North-South divide thing. So yeah, it doesn't... And do you know what I think that boils down to? I think it does boil down... If you're from like a mining town where I'm from, if you're from like St Helens, where that's where I grew up. I don't live there anymore, but it's where I grew up. And if you're from that sort of a place, you do feel kind of ostracised from the rest of the country. You do feel like the rest... I mean, and, you know... St Helens is a town, if you look back at it, we were a town that was most hurt by sort of Maggie Thatcher and, yeah, the royal family and all that sort of stuff. And just generally speaking, the Northwest is not a particularly patriotic, let's say, hotspot. Gooner says, catch you all again. Take it easy for now, and everyone, thanks for the stream key. Up the Gooners. Take it easy, proud Gooner. Good to see you, man. Lock says, good thing no one over here cares and there are no real expectations. What are we saying? Sorry. LJ says, I live in the US and don't really care about my national football team. Bradford are in. Big chance, this one. Oh, he was offside. Unlucky. Nathan, I live in Lee. All right, okay. And do you feel the same way? Do you feel that as well about England? I mean, sometimes if you support a lower league side, if you supported like a Wigan or a, like one of my best mates supports Huddersfield, right? He feels quite patriotic and, you know, he's big on England. But that's maybe because he's never seen Huddersfield really win anything. So England fans are generally concentrated, it feels, by sort of lower league football fans who are starved of success. Not always, but sometimes. Bolton headed the ball away. Bradford now starting to get into the final third a little bit more. This is better. Played all the way back to Torre. Absolutely dominant in possession now. It's all Bradford in the last 5-10 minutes. Bolton just sitting in, taking what they can get. What a pass that is. Go on, lad. Great play by Bradford down the left-hand side. Got to get the ball in. Aussie 2-2. He's cut him inside. And it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. Great play. LJ says, what about the Geordies? Are they patriotic or not? Mark Knopfler, I thought, was a Geordie. He is, yeah. Mark Knopfler is. Theme of a local hero, the Newcastle song. I love that. That's a great tune. Real Madrid are 1-0 up. And Jellyfish says, no, it's because we are patriotic and proud of our land and we invented the game. And that's fine. Again, yeah, to each their own. I think international football. You know, I've said my thing with international football. The thing that I find so, it's not really. It's not our best against their best. I feel like that's a big reason why. It's not just the north-south divide. It's a bit pathetic in it, international football, that we've got a German manager and we've got, you know, players who have grown up playing for Ireland and they've switched to England. Why? Because they've got a better chance of playing in a World Cup. It's all that, and I don't love that. And there's a lot of it. Just feels like it's not really about our best against their best. So I don't really love that. Clips Market says everyone who follows England supports a lower league side. Not everyone, but yeah, there's certainly a concentrated bunch, right? Tony Curtis, what's your accent, mate? It's half northern with a twinge of Scouse. So I'm originally from a place called St Helens. I was born in Wiston, which is about 20 minutes from Anfield. So L postcode. So technically I'm a Scouser. I'm not a Scouser. Don't claim to be a Scouser, but I'm from St Helens. That's where I don't live there anymore, but that's where I grew up. So yeah, it's kind of a mongrel. That's what St Helens accent is, basically. It's half and half. It's halfway between Manchester and Liverpool. So we've got a bit of, depending on where you spend most of your time, you might sense a little bit of Scouse, and then there's some words which are a bit more like, "You alright? You alright, mate?" Gamer Guru says, had an English manager and the whole country ripped him a new arsehole for getting to 2 finals when I grew up watching us get slapped out of group stages. I preferred it when it was Southgate, though. I got it. I mean, was I live? No, I wasn't live when we did the last. Like, when Watkins scored that goal, I was screaming as much as the next person. You know what I mean? Nerfil. Is Nerfil going off here? No. Who's gone off? Wright's gone off here now. And I think it's... Who's come on? Powell. Nick Powell, former Manchester United and Wigan centre forward. Nick Powell enters the fray. 30 minutes left. Kai Jones, you are the biggest drip on the internet. We'll have that. We'll add that to the bio. I'll take that. Cheers, Kai. Clips Market says it's a North thing. Liverpool boo the national anthem. United have a banner in Old Trafford that says United over England. And Scouser says, do you like St Helens rugby? We're winning 24-6 via Huddersfield at the minute. It's a bit sacrilege, really, to be from St Helens and not really follow Saints. I knew we were playing tonight, but I couldn't tell you where we are in the league. I don't think I could even tell you who our manager is. It was Paul Wellens, but I don't know who it is now. That's to the degree that I know about Saints. I've been and watched him at the Totally Wicked Stadium. I don't even think, is it called that anymore? I don't think it's called that anymore. I don't mind it, though. I don't mind it. I'm not, and I played rugby when I was younger, but I'm not really into rugby. I've always been football. Thomas, that's Warrington, Middle, Liverpool, and Manchester. That's where I'm from. That's a sentence I use when people say, "Where's Warrington?" Yeah, but that's what you say on holiday, innit? That's when you say on holiday. When people say, "Oh, where are you from?" You don't want to say Liverpool or Manchester because you're not really from there. So you say, "Oh yeah, I'm from this place called Warrington or St Helens or Widnes." Where is that? It's in between Liverpool and Manchester because they're the only 2 places that anyone knows kind of up north. B Snow says, I'm sure you've already discussed it, but briefly, what did you think of the Celtic pen that was given? It was a pen, wasn't it? You can't go in for the header with your hand up here. You can't be doing that. Gamer Guru says, Southgate did a better job than anyone we had in years. He got unfair stick, but us Brits love to tear our own down. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth? Clips Market, St Helens, you're normally into darts or rugby. We've got loads of dart shops. Last time I went into St Helens Town Centre, which was a while ago. A long while. It had been last year, actually. It was a long while ago. They've got dart shops and everything there now. James says, celebrating more when Arsenal concede than when Liverpool score is an embarrassment to our club. I couldn't agree more. Madhouse says, Key, your local side of the Stripes, right? Who's the Stripes? Liam says, yes, but Kian, being honest, we weren't going anywhere to win a trophy the Southgate were, as with Tuchel. Yes, he's German, but he has more potential to win a World Cup or the Euros. Why? Why'd you say that? Southgate got to 2 finals. You can't say that. I think we would have won something if Southgate had stayed. Clips says, what was it like growing up in St Helens then? More United or Liverpool? Mixed bag. Yeah, there was never anyone else. I don't remember ever having any other fans, really. It was always Liverpool, Man United. There was a few City fans, a couple of City fans, and that was when City were like Division 2, when I was growing up. Couple of City fans. Couple of like... Oh, there was a few Everton fans, actually. There was a few, yeah, quite a few Everton fans. Yeah, that was it, really. It was Liverpool, mostly Liverpool. I would say it's probably 50... Well, it wasn't 50-50. It can't have been 50-50. Let's say it was 35-35, Liverpool, Man United, fairly even split. And then the other 30%, it was like 20% Everton, 5% City. And then there was the odd like person who just supported someone mad. Like, my mate Rob was a big Newcastle fan. And I had a couple of mates who supported Wigan and stuff like that. Arthur says, subscribe. You've properly explained why international football is meaningless. I mean, it is to me. It's only my opinion. It's just, I thought, each to their own. I've no problem with people getting up excited about the World Cup. I'm really excited about the World Cup. But I am as excited. The only way I can categorise or characterise my feelings towards England at the World Cup is that I am as excited to watch England v Croatia as I am to watch... What's another game that's on? That's Scotland against Haiti. I think that'll be a great game. And I'm excited to watch Netherlands versus Sweden, which is 6 o'clock on June the 20th. I am, however, not very excited to watch Egypt against Iran at 4 a.m. on June the 27th. But I will be right here watching it with you if you so choose to. I've seen clips of you being pro-Arsenal last season. What's with the switch now? Was I pro-Arsenal last year? I don't believe I was. What clips have you seen? I haven't been pro-Arsenal ever. Not on this channel, anyway. Not since I started it. I only started it in January last year. So it's not even that long. So... No, I did. I mean, maybe it was easier to be pro-Arsenal last year because they weren't really doing anything, were they? Liverpool had the title wrapped up by the time I was really streaming. By the time the channel had started, Liverpool had basically got the league wrapped up. Locke says, was Gerrard's slip against Chelsea the worst moment of your football fandom life? Yeah, it wasn't far off, mate. Yeah, it was bad. That was really bad. Trying to think of the worst. In fact, ask the chat. What was that? That was a great strike, by the way. Fabulous strike. Comes out to power. Oh, what a save, actually. What a save that is. Beautiful effort. Oh, Bonham, what a save that is. Massive moment in the game. And Bradford have got a corner. It was a great strike, that by Power. And a great save. Tipped onto the crossbar. Bradford corner. Dreadful. Doesn't beat the first man. Yeah, what's your worst moment as a football fan? Mine would probably be the Gerrard slip, just because it was so unjust. Like, I would have much rather that happen to any other player. Can't have happened to Gerrard. He didn't deserve that. So harsh. Harry Clark. Yep, come on, you Reds. Good to see you, Harry. We're going to be watching Forest against United this weekend. And yeah, great to see you'll stay up with us. Gamer Guru, will Iran be allowed at the World Cup? When they score a goal, Trump will claim weapons of mass destruction and drones strike the pitch. Fucking hell. Yeah, I mean, apparently they are allowed. He has said they're going to be allowed to play, I think. Or at least that's as far as I'm aware, anyway. Jellyfish, I think the nationality is important. It's like if you get a German for England manager, then might as well have a German player or Japanese player to play for England. Where do you draw the line? I mean, I do think the whole like Declan Rice and, switching Jack Grealish, these types of things matter. If you're Irish, you're Irish. If you're English, you're English. And you shouldn't really be able to just switch based on where you have a better chance of appearing at a World Cup. But then again, that's the nationality rules, isn't it? But it does make it a bit. It does slightly take the edge off our best against their best, doesn't it? If it's all about patriotism, our best against their best, then it should be you have to have the best English manager, the best English coaches, the best English doctors, the best English fitness people and everything. Everything. Best English everything. And the same with the best Brazilian everything, the best Italian everything, the best French everything. That would make the World Cup better. Instead, it's not really that, is it? It's all a bit mishmashed. Do you hate the Arsenal fan base more than the team? Fucking hell, I don't hate the Arsenal fan base. Locke says, I like Dortmund. I'd either be the losing Champions League final at the end or Goetze scoring the winner against Dortmund in history. First season at Bayern. Nice. 20 minutes left to go here at Valley Parade. Bradford desperately need something. Anything. It's not been a great watch, I'll be honest. I apologise. I thought this would have been a much better watch. Bradford, far post. Big chance. Oh, just took off the toe. Great defending that. I think it was Johnston who ended up getting it away for Bolton, was it? And Bradford come back again. They're really pressing now. Last 20 minutes. It should be a good end. City of Northville, I agree. It makes more sense that the manager needs to be the same nationality so it can be a measure of a country's talent. Exactly, that's what it's about, isn't it? Header from Bradford over the bar. Too easy. Nick Powell, that one. What else have I seen? Sorry, Egbert says game mistakes that led to the Everton goal. I still don't think that was a. Still don't think that should have stood, that goal. I think he was offside, Tierno Barry. Jellyfish says it's turning into a music concert or the Super Bowl. It's not about football or nationality, and that's depressing. Yeah, it's a commercial product, isn't it? Oh, Dewberry very close to breaking in there for Bolton. Good play around the edge of the box. But excellent defending there from Bradford. And now they're up the left-hand side. Bradford knocking it around nicely. And then they go long again. Every time Nick Powell the target for those long balls. He's done all right so far. And Bradford are picking up some second balls since he's come on. It's not been a bad change. Here is Nick Powell down the left-hand side. Great pass inside. Got to strike this one. Big deflection. Side netting, huge moment that. Huge moment. And it was Wright who had the strike. Oh, so unlucky. Takes a big deflection. And it was nearly an own goal from Farino Joseph. North End Views, I was certain that Bradford would score. I still think there'll be goals in this, but if Bradford do pinch one, it's going to go. We're going to be here for extra time and penalties, folks. Lock in. LG, do you genuinely think there's more scrutiny on Arsenal fouls in the media than other teams nowadays? Possibly, yeah. But isn't that because you not think Arsenal have revolutionised how corners are taken now? And that it's a compliment, isn't it, in a ways that they've broken the Premier League record for goals scored from corners, and they are such a threat specifically from corners. It's not the most attractive way to score a goal, but they've changed the game, right? So yes, of course, there's more frustration because inevitably, rival fans have gone, that's not a great way to play. Opposing teams have gone, they're being far too physical, and they have been very physical. That has been one of the reasons why Arsenal have thrived on set pieces. It's not just about innovative movement off the ball. It's also they've roughed up a lot of the opposition, haven't they? They've used blocking, they've used arms round and whatever. Maybe that's something they've studied, Arsenal. Maybe we've seen that if you hold players, even if it's just for a short time, referees are very reluctant to give a penalty. So a bit of holding you can get away with. So holding and blocking and we'll let Gabriel get a free run. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's tactical fouling that has got Arsenal to where they are on corners. And if it is, that's still really effective, isn't it? 3-star says, are we running a sweep on how many games Donald J. Trump turns up at games? And he's going to present the cup, isn't he? He's definitely presenting the cup. Shahid says, World Cup final halftime show is Madonna, Shakira and BTS. Shell says, night everyone, tar for keeping me company, tar for the stream key, take care all. See you soon, Shell, lots of love. Arthur says, the England v USA game will be the Seville versus Epstein decider. Have you ever been to Bradford, Key? I have, mate, yes. Yeah, I have. My wife has got, or had anyway, a relative that lived in Bradford, and we went there a few years ago now, but we went, yeah. Has your Burnley and Palace top arrived yet? Not quite, no. Simons and McAtee coming on for Erhahon and who? Who else has gone off? Is it Burstow? Yeah, thought it was. Yeah, Erhan and Burstow have gone off. Best thing about it is the road out of it. A lot of places like that in England at the minute, to be fair, mate. I just don't think that's an exclusive to Bradford thing. Sad indictment. St Helens, where I grew up, is kind of like that at the minute as well. City of Northfield, just be happy it's the only one half-time show. If they had their way, every match would have a show at half-time. They're having extended half-times and adverts during the game, aren't they, and everything. It'll turn into American football, says Jellyfish. I mean, they haven't really dispelled the myths, have they, FIFA? Like, when was it, like, the corruption thing, the corruption allegations with FIFA started, like, 15 years ago, right? And in those 15 years, Bradford chants, oh, edge of the box, unlucky, Bolton clear it away. The corruption shouts with FIFA started, like, 15, 16 years ago. And since then, they have awarded World Cups to Russia, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, the US. I mean, I know it's Europe, isn't it? Next, it's Portugal, Tunisia, and Spain, or Portugal, Morocco, and Spain, isn't it? The next one. But they've awarded World Cups to arguably the most contentious nations. When will UEFA add a salary cap? As well, soon, hopefully. Free kick for Bradford. Here we go. Last 15 minutes. Decent ball in. Edge of the box. Got to get it back in. Too easy. And Bolton clear it away. Aussie 2-2 under a bit of pressure. Excellent defending that. Really good defending. Bradford win it back, though. Corruption is only bad if I am not involved. I saw that video the other day. Quagmire Giggity. Man, love your recent Arsenal West Ham reaction video. I didn't make it, but thanks. I guess I'm the subject of it, but I didn't make it. Thanks, man. Egbert says, after the win against West Ham, some Arsenal fans have started saying Arteta is better than Alex Ferguson. Jellyfish, commercial breaks to sell you Coke and hot dogs will replace pie and mash, and our game will be forever taking breaks. There was a claim for a handball there. Oh, nah. See, I don't want handballs given for that, but the crazy thing is, in the Champions League, that's a handball, isn't it? That's a handball. What Conway's just got away with there, that is a handball. But I don't want to see handballs given for that. We don't understand what the handball rule is, let's be dead honest. Header. Oh, big save must be. It's there. It's 1-0 Bradford. Is it going to count? Oh, it's been chalked off. Jackson. Oh, it was so close. Let's see. It's been chalked off. The ball got played to the far post. Header. Great save from Bonham. And then Jackson with the header, the follow-up. And it was 1-0 Bradford there. So close. Just been chalked off for offside. As the ball comes in, oh, there's no doubt about it. He's offside. Yeah, no doubt about it. Miles offside. Got to get yourself out there, mate. That's frustrating. So it's not even close, is it? He's miles off. Miles off. Bolton down the left-hand side. Big chance in the area. Pull back. Too easy. That. Oh, strike. Oh, what a goal. It's 1-0. Bolton. They've pinched it. Oh, my goodness me. And from going 1-0 up at the other end, Bradford have thrown it away. It's 1-0 Bolton. Oh, my goodness me. Absolutely incredible. What a strike that is. What an absolutely unbelievable strike. An incredible goal, and it's the substitute, Xavi Simons, appropriately named. Xavi Simons has stuck it in the bottom corner. What a finish that is. And the Bolton limbs, it's going to be Stockport against Bolton. What a goal. Bradford 0, Bolton 1. Look at the limbs in the away end. It's going to be a great drive back for the Bolton fans. They're now 2-0 up on aggregate. Bradford have got it all to do with 10 minutes left. 1-0. Is he onside? Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Great ball down the left-hand side. Pulled back. Oh, it's terrible defending. Who's the defender? Gale it is who pulls it back. Who's the defender? Oh, it's absolutely shocking defending. Who takes the touch at the back there? Who is it who takes the touch at the back? Is it Baldwin? It's Baldwin. Oh, Baldwin's had an absolute nightmare. Heavy touch. The ball just runs through him. It's like his foot's made of sawdust. And it just goes straight through him. And Xavi Simons doesn't need asking twice. Smashes it in the bottom corner. He's ran about 4 miles for the celebration. He has. Yeah, absolutely. Gamer Guru, a lot of Bolton fans. A lot of Bolton cars on bricks at full time after this one. Can I mind your car, mister? Get in, have that, Bradford, says Gamer Guru. Well, there you go. LJ says, who feels assists are inconsistently awarded? Well, will Gale get the assist for that one? Probably not, because it's as good as a pass, isn't it, from Baldwin? Bradford have now got it all to do. Look at that, the camera pointed at Bradford's number 15, Baldwin there. Not great. Bradford sponsored by Flamingo Land as well, a place I've never been. But my the wife's been saying we should take my little girl. We should go to Flamingo Land. Jigsaw says, wait, is it 1-0 or 1-1? It's 1-0. It's 2-0 on aggregate to Bolton. Bradford scored, but it was chalked off. Jackson, he was offside. I mean, he was offside. But within 60 seconds of Bradford scoring and it getting ruled out, they thought they'd taken the lead and, levelled the tie up on aggregate. Bolton go up the other end. A mistake from Baldwin. And Xavi Simons smashes it in. What a goal. And again, we come back to that big save from Bonham. What a save that is. Power with a great strike, edge of the box. The captain smashes it. And it was a wonderful save from Bonham to tip it onto the bar. And that, you're talking about big moments in games. Bonham with the save. And then that moment there from Baldwin. He absolutely kills his team there, doesn't he? Yeah, not been his night tonight, Aidan Baldwin. He's had a good season for Bradford. Been a big part of the promotion push, but not his night tonight. Lau says, Arsenal not lifting the league at the Emirates is a shame. Again, don't count your chickens, mate. There's a lot of this. There's still a lot of football to be played. I wouldn't count your chickens just yet. I think you'll win it, but just wouldn't get too excited. We've known it to change, haven't we? Super Whites says Endless Rage. Don't go around shouting that. Jay Sav says Bradford don't like big moments. That's why they bottle them all the time. Bradley, what's the score? Score is 1-0 to Bolton. 2-0 to Bolton on aggregate. Ball down the left-hand side. Ooh, claim for a penalty. No, it's going to be a corner to Bradford. Corner. Bradford like garlic bread. Garlic bread. Bradford fans desperately hoping their team can get one in the next couple of minutes. If they can get one in the next few minutes, the referee might be generous with extra time and they might be able to get a second. They've got to get something soon. Out to the edge of the box. Strike! Not enough. Is it a good game? Currently watching the darts. I mean, it's finished a lot better than it started. I'll say that. The first half was god-awful, wasn't it, folks? Well, I'll agree on that one. The first half wasn't brilliant football. Second half's been a bit better. Bradford have penned Bolton in. They've been a bit more bolder. They've taken some more chances. Graham Alexander will have been a lot more impressed with the second half performance. But ultimately, they've made a mistake at the wrong moment. And Xavi Simons has made it count. It's a hell of a finish. Xavi Simons with the one chance that Bolton have had in the entire second half. Maybe the best chance they've had all game, to be honest. Absolutely fantastic effort, that, from Xavi Simons. He's better than Tottenham's Xavi Simons. Well, Bolton Stockport looking like it's going to be the Wembley final. Schumacher's giving it the old Mikel Arteta. Get back! Get back! Get back! Is his name actually Xavi Simons? It is, yeah. Xavi Simons plays for Bolton. Very true. Shahid, Bolton v Burnley in the Championship key. It may well be. Burnley will certainly be there. Bradford in the area. Whoa! Another claim for a penalty, but it's a good tackle again. Xavi Simons, the goal scorer, doing his defensive work. Really good tackle. Half a claim, half-hearted appeal. But it's gone behind. It's going to be another Bradford corner. They've got to get the ball in. They've got to do something in the next couple of minutes. They've got any chance. Does he give a goal kick? He has. Not good enough, that. Really poor from Bradford. They had an opportunity to put the ball in. They've just wasted it. You can't get a corner kick and not even put a ball into the box. Excellent defending from Bolton, but that's so poor. Get a corner, it doesn't even go in the box. Played it short, ended up pissing around with it, and deflection, unfortunately, comes back and goes straight out. Cuddy McFlurry, do you think Bolton are the lower league Arsenal? They're not that bad. Come on. They're a better watch than Arsenal. And plus, they've got the real Xavi Simons playing for them. Here's Bolton again. Could be two. Strike. Oh, good save. Bolton fans have been class, says Luke. Well, at the minute, they're getting rewarded with a place at Wembley. And Bradford, Valley Parade, starting to slowly empty as the Bradford fans maybe starting to realise they've got very slim chances of turning this one around. They've got to get something in the next couple of minutes. That's a dreadful ball in. It's been a really poor performance. A really, really poor performance, that. Egbert says PSG totally rotating their players. Arsenal aren't ready for 5-0. It's a dangerous game, rotating your players. You've got to keep them fresh, and you can't just give them a total... Like, if you give them 2 weeks off, it's certainly beneficial for PSG that Arsenal have to keep the pressure on City. And PSG have basically got the league wrapped up and they can they can rest as many as they want. Got to get this ball right. Bradford. Nick Powell. Oh, so close. Far post. Unlucky. It's gone back out. It's Luke says, Kozia Dewberry, the Arsenal youth player, is too good for this league. Yeah, I mean, Kozia Dewberry will probably win Bolton Player of the Year. He's been absolutely incredible this year. 19 goals and assists in 35 games. He's still only 20 years of age. And he's currently on loan from Brighton. So he's probably going to go back to Brighton, you would imagine, next year. Unless Bolton go up to the Championship. Then Brighton might consider leaving him there. Because I agree with you. I think he needs a higher level, doesn't he, Kozia Dewberry? He's certainly proven himself in League One this season. Good night, LJ. Take it easy. Endless rage. Steady on, fella. Keep it respectful. Why? What's he saying? What's JSA saying? We're better than Arsenal. Whoa, 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 hey, oh, it's getting fighting going on here now. What happened there? It was all over nothing. Oh, yeah. Terrible. And it's Baldwin of all people. Baldwin. And then it was punches. There's all sorts going on here. All sorts. It's a full-on scrap. It's a full-on scrap. The referee seems to have just settled it down a little bit, but it looked like a bit of a scrap. Richard Tattersall, genuinely curious, why do you dislike Arsenal so much? I don't dislike Arsenal, mate. Just don't like the way they play. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. Just the way they play. Referee's done a good job there, calming it down. There was a claim for a bit of a punch, but I think it was storm in a teacup. Yellow card for Baldwin and Gale. I think it was a nothing, that one. Baldwin goes to kick the ball away, tries to take the free kick quickly. Gale maybe got in the way, but it's going to be a yellow card for... Who is it? Is it who's got the yellow card? Is it Schumacher? Is it one of the coaching staff? Who is it? Who's got the yellow card? Yeah, Schumacher. I think it's Schumacher, is it? Yeah, I think it's Schumacher. No, it's not. It's one of the Bradford coaching staff. Sam McNeil, how's it going, lad? Good to see you, Sam. Daddy O Baldwin sounds like a name that you don't want to fuck with. CC, hi mate, how's it going? Well, we've got 7 minutes of added time. It's 92 on the clock. We've got 5 to go, but, I mean, we've probably just had 2 and a bit minutes wasted on the fight. Swan's just come on for Bradford. Will it be Bradford's final swan song, I wonder, of this season, or is there life in the old dog yet? Far post. Bolton clear it away. Simon Marky, what a sad individual you are. Hey, I'll keep that one. We'll put that in the bio. Cheers, Simon. Sam, will Bournemouth get Europe? I certainly hope so. I'd like to see Bournemouth in Europe. I think they deserve it. They've got every chance of maybe getting the Champions League spot, haven't they? If they were to get 6th, and obviously Villa finish 5th and win the Europa League, then yeah, Bournemouth maybe in the Champions League. Curry says, it'd be nice to see Bolton go up. What a story that'd be. They were one of the Prem's most iconic teams, yeah. I'd like to see Bolton back in the Prem. I'd like to see Blackburn back in the Prem at some point as well. Bradford, great ball down the left-hand side. Oh, just took off the toe, and I think, is it going to be a goal kick? Yeah, goal kick, great defending. Curtis, what's your reason for not liking Arsenal, lad? You play terrible football. Dreadful, dull football. That's it. Nothing else. Quite like Arsenal, the club and the fans. Richie, you had BTTS. Yeah, me too, buddy, but I don't think it's going to come in, sadly. I think it's going to finish 1-0 Bolton, and the Wanderers, the Trotters, are going to Wembley. Yeah, that's all it is, Curtis. It's nothing else. No more than that. I've no issue with Arsenal. Just don't really like the way you play footy. And I think that's fair, isn't it? Most Arsenal fans feel the same. Like, if you're not winning the league, you'd feel a bit annoyed with the way you're playing. Jonathan, Football knowledge, 0%. Arsenal conceded 5 goals when they've only conceded 6 throughout it. Do your research before chatting nonsense. Wow, what's Egbert said? What's Egbert said? Egbert's not said anything bad, has he? As far as I'm aware. Egbert knows his stuff. I'd like to see Blackburn come back home to the Prem. There you go, Gamer Guru. Me and you bonding again. Just love it. Gamer Guru, Curry says it's a shame because Arsenal under Wenger played beautiful football on the day, but they're long gone from that time. Unrecognisable almost. Yeah, it's the unwatchables, isn't it? They've gone from being the invincibles, the unbeatables, to the unwatchables. And that's the real issue with Arsenal. Locke says, do you have a favourite style of football? I'd say Klopp's football. Like, I like high intensity, high press, high energy. A lot of the stuff that a lot of fans really like. We all kind of broadly like the same style, don't we? I mean, we all want to see our teams win. But I'm of the opinion that I would rather see my team play good football over a 38-game period and maybe lose a few and not win a league. But I've played really good football and entertained all the way. I'd rather see that team and pay to see that team than, maybe one that gets closer to the title every year, but it's a really, really difficult watch. And it is. I know you can't really dress it up. But each to their own. Like, if they win, who cares? If they win, I'm sure they won't be bothered. They're worried about a pitch invasion, the amount of stewards there. Yeah, the stewards have certainly gone over to the away end, haven't they? And sort of fenced them in. There's only going to be another 90 seconds or so left in this one. Sam says, say we get Conference League, what countries will we be visiting, mate? I assume there'll be some funny ones. Yeah, I mean, probably some of the ones that we've been covering in the early part of the season. We did like Europa Conference League qualifiers and things like that. So if you look at, look at who Palace went and such. Palace were playing Zrinski Mostar this season and AK Larnaca in Cyprus and, all sorts of different teams. Skendia of North Macedonia. Lots of teams who are in those Shamrock Rovers. Get a little trip over to Ireland. Be good to see Bournemouth in Europe. Nick Powell. Oh, Nick Powell's having a little go here. Jonathan Walton, come on you wanderers, good day at the office. Yes, Jonathan. And Rasta, you having a laugh as usual when it comes to Arsenal. Bring on the banter, fam. Love it, Rasta. Good to see you, man. Edward says it's Stockport now. Well, Stockport against Bolton final should be a fascinating tie anyway. Lil Rich says, evening Key, hope you're well, bro. Thoughts on Alonso to Chelsea and they're apparently giving him control. Remains to be seen, but I don't listen. I'd be astonished if Xabi Alonso goes to Chelsea. I think he will, but if he does, I'll be astonished if he's there in another 18 months. That's kind of the average lifespan, isn't it, of a Chelsea manager? About 18 months. Sam says I am getting a bit too ahead of myself, but surely we can't bottle this now. No, you'll 100%. You'll get Europe. I'm confident, mega confident. It's just, obviously, you're going to have Marco Rose as your manager next year rather than Areola. And you might well lose a few players this summer. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe Krupi move on. I personally would love to see Alex Scott at Liverpool. Honestly, if I'm Liverpool this summer, I would move mountains for Alex Scott. But there's a few seconds left here now. I think Bradford fans have given up on it. Just about. And Bolton are going to be heading to Wembley. That mistake at the end from Baldwin put paid to any chances, really, that Bradford had. Mistake at the crucial moment from a player that you can normally rely on in Aidan Baldwin. Not really been his night. And it's not been Bradford's night going forward either. Tony Curtis, Super Kevin Francis, anyone remember him? And Lou Bagara. Kevin Francis, I remember. Yeah, is that what's going on? I thought it was a penalty. That was a penalty for Bolton. Jonathan, don't care how we play as long as we win the league. We played pretty football in the past and would nothing, so I'll take it. Got the mick taken out of us in the past for being soft. Now people don't like it. Hey, that's fair enough, mate. Again, no, there's not going to be anything, as I've repeatedly said, there's not going to be a little gap after the engrave Arsenal league winners 25-26 dash most boring team to win it. That's not going to be on there. No one's going to remember it. They're just going to remember that Arsenal won the league. They'll probably remember it for the big VAR incident and the fact that you were maybe not a brilliant side to watch, I would imagine, but, that's not going to be in the record books anyway. Locke says, not a Barca fan, but the treble-winning season under Pep was the best football team I'd ever seen. They were incredible, weren't they? But to what extent was that Iniesta and Messi and Busquets and the great players they had in attack? There you go. Full-time whistle. Bolton are going to Wembley. Next stop, Wembley. Let's see. Bolton v Stockport, League One playoff final. It's the Wembley playoff final we know for sure will take place. We don't yet know about the Championship playoff final. We've no idea. There's going to be a decision on that one taken in, it's the 19th, isn't it? The 19th. The playoff final's the 23rd. The Championship playoff final's the 23rd. And there's going to be a court case, an investigation, an announcement on whether or not Southampton are actually going to be in that final, or whether the Hull get a bye to the Premier League. Do Middlesbrough take the place? We've no idea what's going to go on. It's going to be a crazy, crazy end to the season in the Championship. Sam says it's gutted to see the club be a selling club. Why do you think we're like that, mate? I understand the small club thing, but I feel like we should be firmer and stamp our authority, in my opinion. Do you know what? I'll be honest. First off, I just want to say congratulations to Bolton. I thought Bolton were a much better team on the night. Graham Alexander's not happy. I think he's maybe a bit disappointed with his players there. I think he's saying go and clap the fans kind of thing. There's a few maybe gone down the tunnel. Or at least that's what it looked like. But yeah, I think, Sam, you've got to look at it from a Bournemouth point of view as it's incremental growth every year, isn't it? Sometimes you have to take a step back to take two forward, and every time you've gone and sold like your best players, look at what you did in the summer. You sold Hyson, you sold Zabani, you sold Kirkes, you got rid of Kepa, your goalkeeper. Everything changed at the back, and somehow look at you on the brink of Champions League qualification. If Bournemouth were to sell Alex Scott, were to sell maybe Evan Ilson, maybe Ryan, maybe Krupi, would you really not back them to go and get those types of players again? I would. Same as Brighton. Brighton sell their players every other year, and they're still up there. You've got to give massive credit to clubs like Brighton and Bournemouth. And Brentford as well. I think Keith Andrews has done a terrific job there as well. Carl says, are McAllister's days numbered, Keith? I really hope so. Really hope so. Curry says, do you think they'll let Southampton play the final? It's scandalous and shameful to allow it to happen with no consequences. They'll get consequences, but really, should they get... What do you think the punishment should be for Southampton? I asked this people before. Before we finish, if you've got a strong view on this, what do you think the punishment should be for Southampton for spying? Does it not resonate with you a little bit that it's fine to spy already in the EFL rules? The rules of the game permit teams to go and watch other teams train. It's fine. You're allowed to do it. You just can't do it within 72 hours of the match. You can do it within... If there's a game on a Saturday, you can go and watch them on a Tuesday. No problem. But you can't do it on a Wednesday. It's that that's a bit... I look at it and think it's a bit petty, that. Like, fair enough. I'm not saying let them off with it. If they've done it... Southampton's claim is that they've not actually sent the guy up there. They've not instructed him to go and watch him train. He's an analyst. He's just doing his job. We didn't ask him to go. We didn't know he was going watching him. But whether that's true or not, we don't know. But I'd be curious to see what people think. Maybe it's something to have a think about. Mary Kieran says, as a Borough fan, they should be kicked out. But why? Why should they be kicked out? Is that not just... I'm being really... I don't mean this in a horrible way, Mary, but is that not sort of bitterness that Borough haven't made the final? Why should they be kicked out? I absolutely guarantee Borough have sent analysts to go and watch other teams this season just maybe 72 hours before a game. Because you're allowed to, right? So I'm sure Borough have taken advantage of that rule, same as probably every other team has. They've probably sent scouts to watch teams train ahead of the game. But what's the difference? What is the difference? Gamer Guru, it's disgusting, Key. They should be punished. 10-point deduction to Everton will teach him a lesson. That's it. That's it. That's it. Tony, night mate, take it easy, everyone. Take it easy, Tony. Yeah, listen, if you're new around here, make sure you do me a favour. Hit like, hit subscribe if you've not already. I'm live every single day. We're live tomorrow for Villa against Liverpool. A bit of Friday night football. Live on Saturday for Celtic against Hearts, which is the decider. Can Hearts win their first SPFL title in 66 years? The first team in Scotland to win a league title since Aberdeen did it with Alex Ferguson in 1985. So it's 41 years since any team has... I've never seen a Scottish team other than Celtic and Rangers win the league. And I'm sure many in the chat won't have either. So we might witness history at 12:30 on Saturday. I'm going to be live for that. And then straight after it's the FA Cup final, Chelsea v City. Sunday we're going to be doing United against Forest. Come on, Forest. Come on, Forest. And then 5:30, can West Ham go and get a result at St James's Park, which might put Spurs in the shit, because Spurs have to then go to Chelsea, don't they? Jonathan, are you slot in or out? Does it annoy you, Xabi Alonso going to Chelsea? No, I'm very much slot in. Don't want Xabi Alonso at Liverpool. I'm fine with him going wherever he goes. Good luck to him. What are we saying, Locke? Southampton should be forced to forfeit, even if the guy was doing it on his own. Paul, are you from Bolton? I'm not, Paul, no. It's Luke, says they need to set an example with it, so it should be harsh. Kicking them out seems too much, though. Stricter rules since Leeds derby. It's not really, though, is it? It's just that there is a rule now. Right. I am going. I am done for tonight's game. What a fabulous end to the game. Bolton with a great finish. Xavi Simons with the finish. Greedy Gamer. Hi, I'm a Bradford fan. Yeah, disappointed, but I'm proud of what we accomplished this season. It was a hell of an achievement, wasn't it? After coming up, very nearly going on to... Maybe you should have had the automatics sewn up, but disappointed, but something to build on for next season, isn't it, for Bradford? Graham Alexander's done a great job. There's still a lot of quality players there and something to build on, certainly. So, yeah. I'm sure we'll be back with Valley Parade in the championship, in the playoffs for the championship next year. So I'm sure they'll be back. But lots of love, everyone in the chat. If you've not already, leave us a like on your way out. I'll see you all tomorrow if you're coming back for Villa Liverpool. Have a lovely Thursday night, whatever you're doing. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. Take it easy. Ta.